With that excessive heat warning, we are advising everyone out there to be very cautious today because you need to stay hydrated and have lots of sunscreen if you're going to be outdoors for a very long time. Now, WLWT News 5's Brian Hamrick is in Montgomery with more on how to beat this heat.
4th of July, and in Montgomery, the parade is running right down the middle of the street while sweat runs down the forehead of everyone who is here.
Of course, there are dozens of places to celebrate the nation's birthday today. So here's a couple you might want to keep in mind. Alt Park kicked off their festivities this morning at 11 o'clock with the Children's Parade. Aren't they so cute? Live music will start at 6, then Rossie's famous fireworks at 10 o'clock tonight. Dozens of food vendors will also be there, and the event is free. And up north in Hamilton, the city is celebrating 17 strong neighborhoods. That's the theme for today's 4th of July events, which will also feature a parade along with recognition of local veterans. All of this will take place at the same time of the Taste of Hamilton, which will go throughout the day just around the courthouse. And right now on WLWT.com, military members can get free zoo membership for the 4th of July. We have all of that information on WLWT.com as well as the WLWT mobile app. Now, this is pretty exciting. You might have seen this kind of creeping down the river a little bit. Yeah. The former casino barge that BB Riverboats is bringing to the region to convert into its new event facility has arrived at the Covington Riverfront.
Looks pretty cool. Megan Mitchell has more. She was there when the barge made its entry.
Our riverfront is going to be looking a whole lot different in the coming months when a barge carrying part of a casino is going to be transforming in front of our eyes.
We are looking to learn a little bit more information on the condition of a 10-month-old reportedly run over by her mother. That accident happened on Tuesday afternoon on Old State Route 74 in Clermont County. First responders worked to revive the little girl after she was hit by a Jeep in the driveway. Air Care then landed in the backyard and she was taken to Children's Hospital.
The mother, 38 years of age, set her child down in a pumpkin seat to load another child inside the vehicle and strap that child in. Subsequently, it appears early indications may have forgot about that child and may have backed up over the child.
Police tell us that first responders were on the scene extremely fast, and since the nearest firehouse is about 200 yards away, they were able to do that. Right now, they say no charges are expected. And up ahead, a U.S. congressman is disputing a report that he ignored sexual abuse claims at Ohio State University.
Yeah, Representative Jim Jordan worked at OSU from 1986 to 1994 as an assistant wrestling coach, the same time as team doctor Richard Strauss. Now, Strauss has since died but is under investigation for molesting players. One former wrestler tells NBC News he told Jordan about the abuse and he did nothing about it. His office denies those claims and called for a full investigation if the abuse allegations are true.
Well, if you're a normal person out there and if you have holiday activities, including a grill out today, there is a hotline if you need a little help. Longhorn Steakhouse will open its Grill Us hotline today from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. A team of 14 top grill masters are available to you to provide expert tips and tricks on how to perfectly grill up steaks, burgers, and other items on your menu. The phone number is 1-855 LH Grill.
All right.
Just in case you need a little help.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Some of you are going to like this, though. You can go ahead and grab the extra cup of coffee that you want in the morning. Another study has been released about the benefits of having that extra cup of joe. Researchers in the United Kingdom looked at how coffee drinking habits affected mortality. It followed more than 500,000 participants aged 38 to 73 years old for 10 years. Now, this may surprise you, but researchers found the more coffee a person drank, up to 8 cups a day even, the less likely they were to die. I'd be buzzing all day.
Yeah.
A local Skyline owner being remembered for her inclusion and sincerity.
That's right. Employees and customers alike pay tribute to the popular restaurant owner.
And a priceless relic returns to Cincinnati after globe-trotting. That story on the news at noon. Allison?
We'll see intense heat today and tomorrow, but then tomorrow afternoon some storms move in with a cold front that's going to push through on Friday. That's actually going to bring us some relief from the heat, so I'll have a look at those temperatures throughout the weekend coming up here in a few minutes. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT News 5.
You're watching WLWT News 5, leading the way.
Well, employees at the Skyline in Oakley are remembering a longtime franchise owner who passed away after more than 50 years in the chili business.
Annette Misla joined the Skyline Chili family back in 1962 with her late husband, Adib. The couple is remembered for treating everyone who walked through those doors like family. As her employees served up conies, Annette was known for mingling with the guests.
They are about family. They're about making their business a tire family.
This table was known as Annette's table. Employees would make Annette her favorite two conies with lots of onions and chips. Annette was laid to rest yesterday.
Well, one of the Cincinnati art museum's most iconic pieces, a Vincent van Gogh painting. It's returned home finally. Undergrowth with two figures is back after visiting museums in Europe and Japan. The painting was one of Van Gogh's last works.
He was having a really successful moment in his career, and he had a magazine article published about him. He was producing a painting a day for the last 2 months of his life, and this is one of the greatest of those paintings.
It's truly priceless. The famous painting has been in the museum's collection since 1967. It was created, though, in 1890.
The Reds are making a difference for some young baseball stars out there with an opportunity to learn from the pros. This was the scene on Thursday at the Reds Baseball Fantasy Camp for Kids. Several players were out there working with the kids, and it was the 10th year for this annual event, which focuses on inclusion and therapeutic recreation.
I mean, this is one of my favorite things to do, is coming out to this fantasy camp, playing some ball with these kids that are smiling and they're having so much fun.
Their circumstances aren't as smooth as ours, and so yeah, it's definitely good to come out and see these things.
An awesome time to give back, and this took a little bit of teamwork. The Reds worked with the Cincinnati Recreation Commission to organize this event.
Well, the Reds also had a long night at the ballpark, either after or before that, after a wild game with the White Sox. Last night it went to extra innings, and the Reds blew a 5-run lead. In the top of the 12th, the Reds had more trouble. The bases were loaded for the Sox. Johan Moncada smacked a base-clearing triple to put Chicago ahead for good. I know who likes this one. They get another run after this and ended up beating the Reds 12-8. Now the Reds have to bounce back tonight to win this series. Sal Romano is on the mound, though. He's going to save us. The first pitch is set for 7 o'clock. After this game, the Reds hit the road to face the Cubbies in Chicago.
Hey, I might be a Chicagoan, but I love my Reds, okay? And the Reds may have lost that game, but they were able to come through for a local baseball coach who lost absolutely everything in a fire. Harrison baseball coach Sean Souders was the Cincinnati Reds High School Baseball Coach of the Year in 2015. And the team gave him a special plaque and bat for his accomplishments, but those items were lost when his house burned down last month. And it was one of the many difficult losses for Sean and his family. So the Reds, in true family fashion, wanted to help. So last night, they honored Coach Souders with a new award to replace the one he lost. The Reds also donated a portion of last night's ticket sales to the Souders and his family. How awesome.
It is very awesome. Here's a look at some cute critters beating the heat. It's advisory today. How'd they find some of my family members, man? Come on now. It says that Zeus sent us this video of some otters taking a dip in the ice pool to stay cool. Another way to beat the heat, get up close and personal with a hose.
Whoa. There you go.
I don't like an
No personal space.
He's having a good time this morning, trying to cool off and grab that hose out of that man's hand, probably. Grabbing a quick drink. You think those are cute critters?
That was live footage of Colin outside in the water fountain. But that's how serious the heat is.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So, I mean, if we don't want all the water to go to Colin, what should we do?
You got to drink a lot of water today. Go ahead and start drinking now before you actually get thirsty, right? Okay. That's the important thing. Beat the heat. We've got an excessive heat warning in effect throughout the rest of today, so it is going to be hot. It is going to be humid.
Allison, thank you. Today is the last day for free entry at Kings Island for those who served.
But just in case you can't make it, there is another way you can enjoy the holiday right from your couch. Details straight ahead on WLWT News 5. Welcome back. The west side of Cincinnati is getting a new trail for bikers.
On Tuesday, city leaders kicked off construction for a new mountain bike trail at Mount Airy Forest. The Cincinnati Police Department's mountain bike squad were a part of Tuesday's event. Mount Airy Forest currently has miles of hiking trails and even trails for horseback riders. These are some photos from the city of Cincinnati's Twitter page. The trail is expected to be 4 to 6 miles long, and it will be the first official mountain bike path at a Cincinnati park. And today is the final day for this weekend for military members to get in free at Kings Island for Independence Day holiday. The Mason Amusement Park is offering active and retired military members free admission, and they can also buy discounted tickets for up to 6 family members. A military ID is required for the deal, and if you come out today, Kings Island will have a special extended fireworks display to celebrate the 4th.
Check this out. You're unable to get outside for the crash and the bang and the boom of the 4th of July fireworks. You don't mean you can't see them. NBC will broadcast its 42nd annual Macy's 4th of July Fireworks Spectacular this evening. The celebration will include several musical acts, including winning judge on The Voice, Kelly Clarkson. She will debut her 100th anniversary edition of the classic God Bless America. Begins at 8 right here on WLWT. All right, Allison, let's get a last check of forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be really hot outside today. Just remember that. Drink plenty of water out there. 93 feels more like 105. Tomorrow, 92 feels more like 102 outside. Some storms move in tomorrow afternoon, though. That brings us some relief, and temperatures are going to be around 10 degrees cooler for the weekend.
That's good.
Hey, that's good. We're ending on a good note.
There we go.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again on WLWT News at 5, 6, and 10.